The climate change protest group Just Stop Oil, who are against the use of fossil fuels, are in the news once again. And to me, they are similar to Extinction Rebellion, in as much that I agree with many of their points, but the way in which they conduct their business is so infantile, so fucking stupid, that no sane person would take them seriously. Earlier this year at, I think it was the World Snooker Championships, or at least a televised snooker tournament, one of Just Stop Oil's protesters ran up to the table and covered it in orange powder, orange being their colour. Now, what did Just Stop Oil think they would achieve by doing that? Were they thinking that people sat at home would think, yes, they've got a point? That some chap would go, I agree with them, I'll sell the V8 Mustang and buy a Nissan Leaf? Even though the uncomfortable truth is that for most electric vehicles, the manufacturing process alone does more damage to the environment than the entire life cycle of a petrol-powered car. Not only that, but despite a petrol-engined car being full of a highly combustible liquid, the EV is still more likely to catch fire. If you've seen the film Christine, based on the Stephen King novel, Christine was the first self-driving car to go up in flames before Tesla made it a standard feature. And some car parks are banning EVs for this reason. I won't park next to one, and if you own an electric vehicle, please park your novelty exploding death trap away from everyone else's property. Anyway, I've been on Just Stop Oil's Twitter feed, and aside from Just Stop Oil members, I couldn't find a single positive post. No one is supporting them. Not only that, they are bloody hypocrites. Here is a Just Stop Oil protester sitting on an airliner. What does that person think jet engines actually run on? Aside from that, they've been up to their usual antics creating traffic jams, which means there are cars, buses and lorries having their engines idling with no forward motion, just producing CO2 going into the atmosphere for no good reason, or the traffic is inching when an internal combustion engine is at its least efficient. They've also been down in the capital, finding anything important they can get close enough to spray with their orange paint. But their latest publicity stunt has really baffled me. Two Just Stop Oil protesters went to the Natural History Museum in London with their orange aerosol cans to spray paint a dinosaur. Am I missing something?
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to step inside the room. Please capture the slide room. Please stay inside the room.
Is their hatred for fossil fuels so great that what they've done now is take out their anger on actual fossils? But all they've achieved, apart from some publicity, which again will just pile on the hatred, is they've defaced an incredibly important part of the Earth's history, ruined the day out of dozens if not hundreds of families, and get two of their twat protesters arrested. Do climate change protesters not realise that people aren't using fossil fuels because we want to, it's because we have to. There is no viable alternative. And for my American friends watching, here in the UK, we are currently paying $9 a gallon for basic diesel. And the electric vehicle thing? First of all, they're too expensive for most people to afford. Secondly, there is no plan with what to do with all those batteries when they start wearing out. And thirdly, they're no use on long journeys. And even if everyone in the UK who owns a petrol or diesel car went electric tomorrow, we don't have the infrastructure. If everyone had an EV but continued to use the electricity in their home, no matter how bloody sunny or windy it was, and how many nuclear power stations we've got running at capacity, we'd still have to take the coal-fired power stations out of mothballs and fire them up. And still, there wouldn't be enough electricity to power all the cars. For anyone watching from Just Stop Oil, is that what you want? Well, stop using petrol and diesel and go back to burning coal. Not only that, but Britain is a tiny country. Even if we all go vegan and start driving EVs tomorrow, how much impact will it have? To do something meaningful, the entire world must pull together, something that's never happened. And developed countries like the UK, the USA and most of Europe can't go to the developing world, stop developing your technology, you can't have nice things because we've already fucked the climate up. And returning to Just Stop Oil's Twitter feed, when it comes to the two vandals, because that's what they are, from the Natural History Museum, almost everyone is hoping that the judge makes an example of them and gives them lengthy prison sentences. Now, if that is the case, I will say these two protesters, who are both upper middle class white men, they may be against oil, but the first time they go into the showers at the prison, they'll be screaming for lubrication. And when it comes to disruptive climate change protesters, for me, we need to take a page out of Germany's book. Because last year, a protester glued his hand to the road. So the German police got a pneumatic drill, cut the tarmac around his hand away and sent him off. As ever, thanks for watching. At the I think it was the World Snooker Championships. At the World Snooker, they fucked that up as well. Not only that, but they fucked it. Please don't park next to me in your glorified fucking milk float. The National History Museum. That sounds a bit right, Wayne.